Hello everybody, Captain Thief. Leave it alone. This is going to be a quick one-off because it's not actually a very long game. Proof in the pudding, literally there's an achievement to beat the game in under 40 minutes. That said, you know, there's this whole my head hurts so much. I fell into a coma yet another time and doctors still can't figure out why. And how come there are so many leaves in here again? Will I ever manage to clean up this cursed yard? So there might be some sort of plot, or like maybe we're stuck in a virtual thing in our own heads. Who knows? To seal or not to seal, pick up the leaves and dump them in one by one, or unlock the bag tying ability to clean up the entire porch and throw it all at once. Hold and run. Your glorious companions. Yes. Alright, so I don't know, this just seems so interesting to me. I watched somebody else play it for a little bit. And he never finished, so, you know, it's been weighing on my mind this entire time, and that drives me nuts. But yeah, there's this whole thing. Can you beat this Steam game and then refund it because, you know, you didn't think it was good enough? You know, some games are worthy of that. I'm not going to name names because, gosh, I don't need that kind of attention. But other ones, I feel like you're being a jerk if you do that, so I don't know. Anyway, in order to buy the rake, we're going to need money. And in order to buy the leaf blower, we're going to need money. And in order to buy bags, well, you only have to buy one bag, thankfully, magically. Well, I guess I better leave and go get a job then. Let's see, unlatch. Nope, okay. So clearly, we have to do this. And then we can sell the leaves. 6 cents, guys. 6 cents. Alright. We got this. So upgrades. This wouldn't work without upgrades. We can make it so we pick up leaves faster. We can pick up more leaves at once. Yeah, we're getting into this. Now, unfortunately for me, I have to click every single leaf. Also, every area is different. Hang on. There's a button for this, isn't there? Oh, you know, this is actually really well done, this whole settings thing. Leaves visibility. Okay, there you go. So I can hit V, and what does that do? Well, it makes it so that only the leaves that are part of your area count, or can be seen. And as you can see here, if we get all the ones in the entrance, we get 25% more leaf value. If we get all the ones in the driveway, we move a little faster. I can't dash or sprint or whatever. And this area gives us even more move speed. So, I don't know. I've always been an investment kind of guy. So I feel like more leaf value is right up my leaf bag. Wait, that doesn't sound right. You know, right up my alley doesn't sound right either. But yeah, once we start getting some upgrades, this will go a bit quicker. The quilted quicker picker-upper. Alright, what's our first upgrade we want to get? I dare say we want to get more leaves, please. Because now we pick up 2. Oh, yeah. It's scratching an itch, guys. That itch might be getting stuff done, but I'm only lying to myself and, you know, doing it digitally. And also, you know, we're working our way toward the leaf value plus 25%. So what's the advantage of the bag over the just putting leaves in the carton? Well, if I were to, I have to get rid of the leaves by selling them this way, but if I put them in a bag, I can hang on to the bag and sell it whenever I want, when I have the most value or something like that. I don't know how much that matters, but, you know. Alright, we're up to 73 cents. Even more. And then we'll probably go for... Actually, I would really like this other thing that's... I've got as an option, the fluid thing. I won't have to click every single time. How much was that? Was that 40 something? 40? Yeah, okay. There's only one upgrade too, so now I can just do this. I don't have to click anymore. I can just hold it. Yeah. What's the one for fast? Okay. we've almost got dexterity. In fact, we do. Much quicker. So, maybe I should start saving up for... Yeah, let's save up for leaf bags. How much was that again? Oh, yeah, I can't sprint. Wouldn't want to do that. 75, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. I'll get around to it. I'm just getting these out so that way they don't, you know, crumple up and turn into leaf dust and ruin the floor in here. I do live in a place with deciduous trees, but it hasn't really been a big deal to rake all the leaves or not. There's enough carnivorous trees, you know, they eat meat, that I guess it kind of balances out. I have jumped into a leaf pile before, but I could have sworn I got like insects in my ears or something and I never wanted to do it again. So, what's this? Can I do something with this? No. Okay, this is clearly locked. Medium leaf bag. Okay, now we hold more leaves. Wait. Is that a sound from Minecraft? Or does just everyone use it? Did I ever learn the tie-off ability? How do you do that? And is it more efficient to go for the rake or maybe just make my hands better? Because, you know, I'm all about the thieving, and it's kind of like I'm stealing like little dollars. Yeah, dexterity and greedy. It's the thief option, guys. 200 gets us 80 cents. Okay. So, again, can't dash, can't sprint. Bonk. Okay, that's like on the game page, actually. I can't tell if that's a squirrel or a fox. It's like a squawks. Basically the reverse of conquer. 500 leaves. Okay, well, I think I want the rake. Let's just go for the rake. But also work toward the entrance being done, because I want more leaf value, please. Also, maybe I want faster leaf stealing. Yeah. What is that anyway? 75 cents? Okay. Okay. Yeah, the speed really makes a difference. You might think that this is the exact opposite of Mega Monk, but they are one and the same. From the same parents, separated at birth. Twins that didn't even know it. Because Mega Monk, you're like, okay, do I want one more fireball per shot, or do I want 25% more damage? And it may seem obvious that you want one more fireball at first, but, you know, 25% more damage when you have 8 fireballs. Now, that's 25% more damage, whereas 8 to 9 fireballs, that's like 12.5% more damage. So, yeah. But in the end, you want them all anyway. Never mind the fact that I'm not actually very good at Mega Bonk. And yeah, I do plan on finishing that. And by finishing that, I mean there is a 3rd level, and once you once you open the portal to the 3rd level, you just go face a final boss like thing, and I haven't done that yet. I have seen someone kill the final boss, but no one's entered the portal after beating the boss. So I feel like I want that to be for me to view, so I've stopped watching anyone else play it. I've unlocked a few things, and, you know, I'll be like, yeah, okay, I'll get around to that on my own time. What else do I want? Even greedier grasp. Or dexterity, whatever. a few more leaves, and I got the 150 needed. Right? Right. Alright. I like the speed that you can hear. You know, it's just... It definitely feels like I'm getting things done now. I mean, ignore the fact that I haven't done pretty much anything. If this were me in real life and my parent was watching, he'd be like, why haven't you started yet? Don't you see? I'm trying to upgrade my leafing ability. I can't just skip to the rake. I haven't earned it yet. Now, you know, before Power Wash Simulator, before Leaf It Alone, before Goblin Maid Simulator, whatever that game's called, I invented that. I used to have to do the dishes every day. Well, not every day, but every other day. And sometimes, like, we'd have 2 dish scrub brushes. And guess what? The good scrub brush is under the dishes soaking. And, you know, it's been soaking for 24 hours because lazy. And so it's in this really nice, cold, disgusting water. But hey, the bad scrub brush is still up and in the cup that it lives in. Isn't that great? Well, I turned that into a game. It's like, oh yeah, Link doesn't start with the Master Sword. He has to start with the wooden sword and then work his way to the white sword and then the magic sword. There's no Master Sword. What are you talking about? And so I would literally do that. I wouldn't allow myself to use this good scrub brush until I unlocked it by washing enough dishes to uncover it. So, you know, they're calling this chore slop because slop is a fun word now. And I kind of came up with that when I was 12 or something like that. What am I doing? I mean, why am I playing? No. What's my goal? I hope this is worth it. It's not going to be. I know that already. So what's this? You can unlock it for $0, and then leaves go into it. But it's really meant for an interaction with... Oh, hang on. We're in the front yard. Oh, wait. Here's the porch. Oh, here's how we get bag time. Okay. Hello. Yeah. Ew. I mean, leaves don't smell that... Well, okay. Actually, they... In a way, leaves are a nice odor, but after a while, it can get kind of tiring, so I totally get that. Let's get the bag tying ability, because I didn't realize that the porch was not part of the entrance. I've committed every exterior decorator's most critical error. I mean, not one that they would do, just one that they would laugh at. Peons and plebs like me would do. Kind of like chess, you know. Oh, I see you're trying to do the Bulgarian somersault. Well, I will just counter with... No, never mind. I think that's what drives me nuts about chess, is how much of it is memorized. This whole time I thought you guys were strategic thinkers, but really you just memorize 200 different variations of moves or something like that. I'm kidding. Though, to be fair, it's exactly what Deep Blue did. Deep Blue wasn't actually playing chess with Garry Kasparov. Deep Blue was effectively a 5-year-old with the world's biggest encyclopedia of chess moves. And every single chess variation on the board was in it. And every single variation, you know, like 10 chess masters were asked what would be the best move to do if the board looks like this. And literally the book was just, the computer was just following that book. It wasn't really playing the game. It wasn't like, oh, this moves here, and then if I move here, then he'll move. No, it was literally a man against an encyclopedia. It wasn't even a man against a computer. I mean, sure, now computers can play chess and probably think ahead a few moves. And then, you know, just shut down when you start winning because it gets mad. I think there's an SCP about that. Don't look it up because apparently it's like throw your laptop across the room kind of scary. Hang on. Let's get the bag tying ability. Sounds like cope, Captain. Cope that you can't play chess well. Yep, that's exactly it. You got me. 99.4%. Yeah, alright. So once the bag is full, we can do something. Oh, I can right click to do it. That's cool. Let's repair this. $3. I think I'm made of money. Oh, I have to hold it. Okay. But I can sell this whenever I want. Oh. And I'll sell it right now. Again, I can't sprint. Let's buy this, please. Oh, yeah. Now we're cooking with gas. I mean, it seems worthwhile right now, but what kind of upgrades we got for this? Handle length. That's such a small increase. Sweep radius. Leaf stickiness. They're all very expensive, too. This is not going to be the last time I play this, personally. I mean, you know, I might do it myself. I want to get the, you know, usually I want a 100% games. I don't know why that matters to me, but it somehow does. Mostly if it's like, if one of the achievements was kind of interesting to get, I actually kind of want to talk about it. Like, Rogue Legacy. I bet you one of the least popular achievements is Thanatophobia, the fear of death. And the way you get that one is you have to beat the game with only 20 generations. So, you know, you can only die 20 or fewer times. Which is kind of hard because that game, yeah, you die a lot, but every time you die, you spend your money on upgrading your next person. And all upgrades are cumulative, so... You know, you upgrade attack for one, you've upgraded attack for all the ones going forward. I know what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to sweep all this up. This is one of those things where I want to tag team rake and hand, maybe. I'm going to say probably not. Let's just $3 and open up that rift into leaf hell, because these leaves have not been good leaves. I don't know what a sin for a leaf is, but these leaves are definitely accused of it, so all I can do is be a good psychopomp. It's a word, look it up. It basically means Grim Reaper or Shinikami. Yeah, we'll go with that. You know, Captain, if you tell people to look things up and then just tell them anyway. You know, Captain, you got the sticky glove thing, and yet it's not doing anything anymore. You know, Captain, you know, you don't have to start every word with you know, Captain. Alright, here we go. Boom. Oh, it was actually Leaf Purgatory. Lucky you guys. Well, let's get you in there. I thought out here was Leaf Purgatory. You know, leaves have a very pernicious society and values. Sometimes I use words I don't know what they mean, but I like to. I like how they sound. I want to sound more photosynthesis. Here's the driveway. Okay, yeah, I can see for sure which ones are part of the entrance. I get the feeling that's going to be quicker to just grab these by hand and not... let's use the rake. Oh, yeah. Even some of your gray friends can come too. You know, maybe they're boring, but they look like a fun bunch. Maybe you can rub off a good impression on them. Whatever. Yeah, this kind of makes sense because now my sticky glove actually works. Speaking of... Oh, yeah. Raking him in. It's probably quick... No, it's probably not quicker to tie it off and then throw the bag in, but something. I think it's showing both the front yard and the entrance because I'm getting some of those gray leaves that are from the front yard. I'm missing one. Are you hidden under one of these guys? No? Maybe over here. Guys, we're like one leaf away from 25% leaf value or something. And that's a big deal. Do I get leaf radar? Do I get leaf nukes? There you are. Yeah. Okay. PTSD over that. Now leaves are worth more. Alright, good job, me. Okay. Yeah, we'll just rake all these. We'll put them all in through the thing. I'm already kind of starting to think about how to speedrun this to get the 40-minute achievement. Yeah, away you go. Because obviously, like, some of the other things are more valuable or you want to get to the point where you're able to collect leaves as fast as possible at the end, and maybe that involves just kind of skipping some of the hand upgrades and going right for the leaf blower, maybe? But then we still have to get some of these hand upgrades to get quicker along the way. Oh, yeah. What are the... Yeah, we'll do this. I kind of want rake stickiness now, actually. I'm doing this because it's November, dang it. I had plans for November that didn't come, to fruition because, I'm always thinking about things to do. But, yeah, I can at least do this. This is time appropriate, even if you're below the equator. You get to see me in a nice, chill, crispy day raking leaves because Northern Hemisphere, baby. Cabin, who even are you talking to? He knows who he is. Alright. Getting closer. Who even has leaf vents anyway? This is like a new concept to me. Which kind of makes me feel a little backward. Kind of like how I didn't know that there were electric kettles until about 7 years ago. And how great they are. Until then, we were actually still using a whistling kettle on the stove. And that was kind of annoying because it would go off and go, well, it would whistle really loudly, and inevitably whoever set it up would be in the next room. It would take them 2 whole minutes, it felt like, to go over and turn it off. So yeah, noisy. Electric kettles, though, they just turn on, and then once they hit the right temperature, they turn themselves off. Even got one... Oh, there we go. Here comes the money. Even got one that can, not just go for boiling. It can go for 170 degrees because that's what tea calls for, apparently. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna make some enemies today. I don't know how I feel about green tea. Like, this whole time it's like, oh no, green tea is delicious. You just have to cook it correctly. You're overcooking it. You're making it boil. Or you're making it bitter by boiling it so hard. And so, you know, I try to make tea at, 168 exact degrees. And it's still bitter as hell. But I think maybe it just might be one of those things that's like celery in taste. Apparently, like, it's in your genes whether you can even taste celery or not. And apparently I can't because it tastes like crunchy water to me. And brother, I love crunchy water. It's a weird thing for me to say. It's a weird thing for me to relay. But it's something that I did today. Actually, no, that was yesterday. I made stuffing, which meant that I had to cook celery. Walk like the wind, or at least a fast breeze. Okay, we move very, very slightly faster. Good. Very good. Was that worth it, though? Oh, hey. Driveway, court. Oh, this is how I get sprints. $3. Take my money. I'm going to do this whole court with the rake. Speaking of. But yes, I think it's something to do with genetic tastes. Don't worry, guys. We're not going to start a oppressive regime based on whether you can taste green tea or not, okay? But it's okay to accept that there are genetic differences, at least when it comes to the tongue. I love green tea matcha. Like, love. Like, if I could drink that every day, I would, actually. Well, there's your answer. You don't drink green tea. You drink green tea. Well, it's a little expensive, believe it or not. I got an ice cream machine a few months ago. Like a real one with its own compressor and everything. And my favorite ice cream to make has been green tea matcha. It tastes exactly like it does when it comes from Starbucks, if it comes from Ziggy's Coffee. Now that's a crazy thing for me to say, because it's like, no one knows what that is, but no, a lot of people know what that is. And you know why that's crazy to me? Because I really want to say, like 15 years ago, Ziggy's was just a single coffee shop in Longmont, and it wasn't something that I really patronized. It was just something that was there. It was like, I wonder if that's named after, like, the newspaper comic. And now it's actually a nationwide chain, and that coffee shop in Longmont is actually the very first Ziggy's ever. So, you know, I don't know how to feel about this. It's kind of cool to know that there's like a very first thing or this thing or that in at least my state. Some days it feels just like that Family Guy, or was it Simpsons cutaway gag where it just shows welcome to Colorado, more than just Kobe and Columbine. It's like, yeah, or forest fires, yeah. It's always just a tragedy that Colorado's known for, or something along those lines. Or, hey, we're the first state to legalize weed. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like that. Legalizing weed, I'm kind of indifferent toward, but being the very first one, I think we got a lot more attention than we should have. Just saying. A lot more investments were made that wouldn't have come here. Yeah, I don't know. Are you saying minimize investments? Yeah, you know what? Sure. Why not? Okay, so we are at $20. Well, just about $20. What was the next thing I wanted anyway? Probably like a bunch of rake upgrades. Length. So small though. Radius. Okay. Just to make this part more bearable. Yes. This will get a sprint, and then I can stop, you know, doing that. Why do this? No, I still like the rake. I mean, maybe if there's like a single leaf way over the... Yeah. Speak of the leafle, and he will appear. I think I might be going mad. I'm coming up with societal regulations for leaf people. And they don't even look like Koroks. Okay, they do look a little bit like Koroks. Okay. Come on, you three. There we go. Alright. I'm missing one. Or two. 5, actually. 6. Done. Alright. Run as if the world is ending. Do I have stamina? Can I pick up leaves while sprinting? Yes. So I'm not sure why you would ever care about movement speed increases if you just want sprint. I don't know. I have a garage. Don't know what that is. Open garage. Okay. Let me see that again. Oh. Okay, so I probably need sprint in order to even get into the garage. And now that I'm in here, it senses that and it's like, okay, yeah, alright, whatever. Hello. Okay, it definitely seems foxy to me. I don't know. Does that matter? It kind of matters. Oh. Hang on. I'll get to leaves in a minute, Mom. I just want to practice my back throws or whatever. Oh. I swear I'm good at this. Though, to be fair, I am holding a rake. Oh, that's not a chain link sound. That's not a chain link sound at all. Hwah! If you make it in, the game's free. Okay, so maybe like this. I can't control how strong the throw is. But I can cough. Okay. The basketball was put in just so that you'd have to waste enough time to try shooting it so you'd go over the 2-hour mark before you could Steam refund. Well, I'm not Steam refunding anyway, so maybe from further away? This is as far back as I can go. And I feel like I'm just barely missing the backboard. so close. I can hear you playing basketball out there. I know, I know. My rake has overheated. I'm waiting for it to cool down. Well, that's the end of that, I guess. Okay. Thank goodness, right? Yep. So what do we get here? We get sheck leaves. Okay, so we... Oh. Well, guess what I'm back to doing. Oh. Dang, that was a total mistake. I'm so glad the game knew to, you know, not let it fly outside my property. Just get in the what is this? Hoop? It's like a suspended hole. Why did we ever invent this? Okay. Go. Don't you want to go in your home? Somewhere out there is somebody who shot this one time and made it in that one time and doesn't realize how tough this can be. No more. Alright. How are we doing? Leaf stickiness. You know what? We're going to do all of it. All of it at once of it. Oh. Okay. Well, the door's just open forever now. Is UFO real thing? Polish cow is missing. Or Polish cow. Leafy. I will be true. I will be honest. For no other reason than aesthetics, my favorite Eevee evolution is Leafeon. Also, it's probably the closest one to wind element. Even though it's just plants, it's like, well, it's green. You kind of expect it to be wind because Japan. There's a whole video about that. Why is wind green? It's like, it has something to do with like Fujin and Raijin or something. And I guess for a while there was like some sort of, you know, debate about what color wind should be. But now everyone just kind of agrees, yeah, it's green. Wind is green. Leafeon can also be orange, like a fall, autumn colored leaf. Okay. Let's make our way downtown, driving past people fast as I homebounds. Wait. It's been years since I heard that song, okay? Approximately 0.05 years, but that's still years. I'm going to turn that off. I don't really need to know which leaf is from which cast. Oh, you're a driveway leaf. Okay, that's great. You know, us garage leaves really ought to spend time with our lesser brethren. Gosh, it's so snobby. Oh, you're from oak tree number 3. I am from oak tree number 5. We're from the higher levels. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta make my way there. Okay. That's okay, because I think the game doesn't like understand physics appropriately, and we can actually get like all leaves in the entire game to be bunched into one pile. And it won't take up any more space than it normally does. Yes. Oh yeah, I told myself to turn that off. And then I did. Any other instances of simulated chore slop in real life, Cappy? We have an apple tree. Okay, we had an apple tree. It's still there, but it doesn't grow apples anymore. And I used to have to pick up the apples, and I would just play baseball with them and get covered in apple juice. That sounds like a waste of food, Cat. Well, like 80% of the apples were insect bitten, and they were like the size of half your palm. And they weren't really sweet. They were kind of more sour than anything, so nobody cares. But yeah, just flick the baseball apple into the air and then swing and make a mess. How did I get out of that? Okay, so... Oh, okay. I have 7.5 more shekel dollars. Good. Very good. Okay, how much to buy you again? $50. I think we might go back to stealing leaves. So in that case, it does make sense to buy a bigger bag. Oop. And no, there's no more bigger bags to bag a lag. Can I open this? No. The twist ending is that I actually don't live here anymore. Or, I've never lived here. This is someone else's property. Okay, unlock. I cannot unlock. I get the crouch ability. Oh. There's a closer dumpster. I get the shed roof and leaf value from doing this. Okay. Hang on. Let's do this. And we'll do this. Okay. I am a master thief of leaves. Oh man, guys. I may be Captain Thief, but let's change that to Chief Thief. I am the Chief Thief of Leaf Reef Beef. I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah, I'm a leaf thief. There we go. Yes. Paint. I'll just do this. Put my wallet where my wallet is. And totally say that, yeah, we'll just get 25% more value out of the leaves I've already picked. What's this? Okay. And I can turn them in as soon as I get to the 50% mark. I think that's what that means. Is I get the shed roof from getting 100%, but I get leaf value plus 25% from getting through half of this, I guess. I can't upgrade the leaf stealing ability anymore. He wept because there were no more worlds to conquer. I subject. Yeah. I mean, I want to say that I've actually been having kind of a conversation about this with my brother. Because for the free weekend during Halloween, we played Repo with our friends. Because it's pretty cool that it's like 6 players. Thank you for doing that, Repo. Alright. We did it, guys. You can just see basketball. You can learn a thing or two from these plant bags. Oh yeah. Money I don't know what to spend on. But yeah, Repo is kind of a fun game, but you know, the whole vernacular French slop kind of fits in there because I don't know, it's like it feels like we're playing part of a game, not the whole game or something like that. I'm not sure how to fully explain it, but it's like it feels like we're only in part of a cycle, and we're just doing that part of the cycle over and over again. I think my biggest gripe about it is the whole high score goal of it. And that's not a problem with Repo specifically. That's been a problem with Lethal Company, Repo, anything else that's basically like that, where you go in and try to grab items and sell them. And the ultimate goal is just get a high score. You can't win the game. And I'm not saying that an ending would completely fix it. I feel like progression itself is missing. Which, you know, I'm gonna get some pushback on that. A lot of people don't like games where you level up because, oh, you can't beat the game, you're not good enough at it, just grind a bit and then the game becomes easier. Well, sure, but I think that's getting stronger through leveling kind of makes some degree of sense. I'm not a fan of level scaling, for instance, but I've already been through that. Shed roof. What is the shed roof? But yeah, it feels like what you were supposed to be able to do in Repo, and you know, this is completely my own opinion, was maybe get actual progression. I mean, yeah, you progress by learning all the monsters and what they do and stuff, but you know, what if I could have permanent stamina upgrades, huh? Permanent strength upgrades, huh? Permanent weapon unlocks, huh? I don't know. You either agree with me or you don't. That's kind of where this is. It's not... Okay, that sounds way worse than I want it to. It's really more like... This is a part where I can't convince you, because if you disagree, that's just how we think differently. And I can see your point of view. You can probably see part of mine. Just that, no, I disagree. I think there should be games where you don't level up. Blah blah blah. That's the whole thing. Okay, let's do it. Let's get the leaf blower, which when you get it will be level 0, just like Cloud and Final Fantasy Tactics, and thus it won't be very usable. But I didn't even read the description. Journal? Jump into a big leaf... I gotta do that. Buy all the upgrades. Get down to the shed. Acquire bag tying, sprint, and crouch abilities. What do these check marks do for me? Collect mysterious photos. Oh, they're photos now, are they? Oh, yeah. How are the upgrades looking? Expensive as hell. Okay. Well, that's the case. Okay, this is actually pretty nice. Even for a level 1 leaf blower, this is pretty nice. I guess I should probably do the jump into a pile of leaves thing before it's too late. Going back to talking about one interesting achievement that I didn't get, or that most people probably didn't get, I did a Let's Play of Stories Path of Destinies. No, you don't need to go watch it. I suggest against it, in fact. But it was basically kind of a Devil May Cry-ish game. I mean, it wasn't very Devil May Cry-ish, but, you know, that's the closest thing I can think of. And you leveled up. Uh-oh. And some, you know, it was kind of like you level up with perks. You know, you got enough points, you can buy this new skill thing. And one of those things was once you hit the 20 combo, or was it the 50 combo or something like that, every hit you did would become a one-hit kill. And so I got that because, hey, that sounds really cool. That sounds really helpful. Problem, there was an achievement to get to a 100 combo. And so now that I'm at a 50 combo and I'm killing everything in one hit, there's nothing left to combo on because, you know, there's not that many enemies. There will never be 50 enemies. least it didn't seem that way. So I kind of gave up completely on it because in order to get the achievement, I'd have to completely restart the game. Which is ironic because it's a game about restarting the game. Hang on, I gotta get these back here, actually. I didn't need to unlock it. I needed to get my rake. Okay, we'll just move you here. Yes. We're not going to make a whole lot of money even from a bunch of these leaves, and I'm going to have to make a decision on what to upgrade with my leaf blower. Thanatophobia is also one of those ones where you'd have to completely restart the game if you failed it. But I think I was able to just barely eke out a win on the 18th generation. And I don't know. I kind of want to talk about this more on its own video or something, but what was crazy about it was that, okay, so you want to minimize how much you die, right? So that means that you should probably maximize how much money you make every run, right? That means you should definitely unlock the miner, right? No. The miner sucks. And by miner, I mean M-I-N-E-R. And the reason why it sucks is because it's way too punishing. The miner gets plus 30% gold gain, but, you know, for some reason they figured, oh, that means that you had minus 30% to everything else. Minus 30% attack, minus 3% MP, minus 3% HP. Math doesn't work that way. Punch. Oh, yeah. Okay, can I jump in it now? What kind of leaf paw is that? Jump into a big leaf pile. Okay, I did it. I did it, everyone. Okay. That's clearly my fault. Yeah, alright. I'll just manually pick up some of these outsider leaves. Get enough to open that thing, and then the rest will just go on in. Or do I even need to? This thing is only for out here, right? I could save $6. I guess. Let's get them all together. Whoop. Miss Click. Who got married and now is Mrs. Click. I've never seen anyone make that pun before until just now in my own mind. Mistake? Yes. Misfortune? Of course. It's tempting to open it right now. Very tempting. Is there a journal for opening all the things? Dump a leaf bag from an impressive distance. I can do that. Of course do that. Wait. Get onto the shed. Yeah, there's nothing in here. Hit the basket with everything you can. Okay, so I gotta make 3 baskets. Okay, impressive distance, go! I said go! Okay, how's that? 8? I have to get on the roof or something. I do like how there's a DPS counter at the bottom left. I was not paying attention to that. Okay, I think for a speedrun I would probably definitely need to unlock that thing. Maybe. One sec. I just want to check something. Was there one? Yeah, there's one here, but it's far enough away that I don't feel like it. Ah. Oh, I can dash throw it. Still 8 meters. That's fine, that's fine. If nothing else, I am curing this guy's labyrinth syndrome stuck in my head mental thing. Ha! Yes. Finally got extra money for doing it. Hang on, there's a cat at the door. Ah, okay. We could have been done by now if I just opened that thing. Can I do anything with this birdhouse? I was going to call it a cuckoo clock, but then I realized, huh. That is vocab brained of me. Another cough. Someone is watching with a camera, taking pictures. So once we're done with this, you want to go and play Smash Brothers? I mean, it'll be just us two against two hard level 9 CPUs because I don't like fighting friends or whatever because I just can't stand losing. But you know, I can handle losing to a CPU. It's really weird. Like I face against 30 computers. It's like, oh, I lost. Oh well. I face off against someone I know is a real person, and all of a sudden I start sweating. What's with that? That might be something to get over. Ooh, deep within the Leave It Alone video, guys. Cappy reveals secrets. I've actually been thinking about taking up a fighting game and actually like trying to get into the top 5 percentile of it, which is actually pretty tough. I mean, I think tournaments are like probably the top 1%, so I'm not going for tournament level, but it would be like, wow, you actually practice and stuff. And I did just mention Smash Brothers, but I don't want it to be Smash Brothers, not because Smash Brothers isn't a real fighting game, but because it's like, well, I want it to be a fighting game that I haven't really played before, and, you know, let's just get this out of the way. I don't consider Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat games I played before, even though I have, because that was decades ago and I only put in like a couple hours, whereas Smash Brothers, I played that a lot. I just don't know what fighting game to start with, because it feels like fighting games are kind of like RTS, where the genre as a whole has fans instead of individual. Okay, wait. No, that's definitely wrong. And I'm probably talking out of my keyboard here when I say this, but you know, fighting game people have their favorite fighting game, but in order to even keep playing fighting games, they can't play the same one over and over because people move on pretty quick. So they have to keep buying these different fighting games. Like, oh yeah, this is great, but you know, wait until the next Tekken comes out, then I'll shine. And I think it's kind of like that with RTS, where, you know, everyone's just kind of waiting for one of the bigger ones to come out with a good one, because, you know, it's been a while since the last StarCraft or the last Command and Conquer, etc. But I don't know what fighting game even to start on. Like, I don't know if that'd be Street Fighter 6. I don't know if that would be Tekken. I don't know if that would be this or that, or Grand Blue, Blaz Blue, La Blue Girl. Shit. Fuck. Damn it. Edit out the cursing, please, Eddie. Thank you. And, you know, maybe also edit out the reference to something that no one should know about. I don't know. Okay, so welcome back, everybody. I've been quiet for 30 seconds because I mentioned something that I had Eddie edit out, I hope. yeah, I'll definitely remember that. You know, maybe I won't. I'll edit out the cursing, but I'll keep in the reference to 90s hentai. Which I've never, like, seen, except, you know, like, somebody tricked me through YTMND videos way back in the day. That was basically how you got your worst things that you've seen in your childhood as a millennial was, you know, not exactly a Rick roll, but, like, yeah, I don't know. If I make enough small talk about this, like, I'm not allowed to edit it out. Hey, we're almost done with this, this part. He's crouching. Oh, yeah. Bum 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 bum. Alright. What does crouching get us? What has crouching ever done for the working man? Where was crouching during Hurricane Katrina? You know, I might have to, like, actually post. Yeah, I'll do that just like the someone turned this thing to evil thing in my Resident Evil 4 thing. I think that was probably one of the funnier things that G4 has done, where they did a weird political ad campaign for games. Oh no. Where, like, old people were around the table discussing political candidates, but it's actually video games like Kingdom Hearts. Who cares about Kingdom Hearts? Where was Kingdom Hearts during Hurricane Katrina? And then his, you know, equally elderly wife comes in and says, well, we can vote for Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Oh, now you unlock. Oh, yeah, it was Shed Roof. Okay, so this is Shed. And then we can unlock the grill. La grill? What the heck is that supposed to mean? Oh, hey, this thing is solar powered. Or it looks like it is, and we could have, like, totally made a thing about that. Like, now that you've uncovered all the leaves from the solar panels, congratulations. Let's just, you know, blow them off. You know, tell them that we're totally going to meet for dinner on Friday at 4:30, but then, like, say, oh, sorry, plans came up. I know it's already 3:30. You probably, like, gotten your good clothes out and showered and everything and already made reservations, but, yeah, I got something to do. I'm sorry. Sorry, Leaves. Captain Thief invents ways of thinking for Leaves. From whether their society is hierarchically based off of where they land to promising to meet them for dinner and then not going. Yeah, you know, I'm starting, you know, this game told me that this guy was kind of crazy, and I'm starting to see, oh yeah, we gotta upgrade the leaf blower. Width, power, maximum power. What's this? I don't know what that means. I understand power, like all men, and, you know, rings of power or something. What does that mean? I know statistically I have to have, like, at least 3 Lord of the Rings scholars. You know, people who have minored in Lord of the Rings, a very worthy college goal, I will say. Does the ring make everyone invisible, or is the ring, like, the one ring supposed to, like, give you your version of invisible, or your version of power? For a hobbit, that would mean not being able to be seen because, oh, hey, you know, hobbits are used to hiding, and thus what could be a better hide than to be invisible? Yeah, like, what happens when a human wears it? What happens when Gollum wears it? No one else has worn it except for Bilbo and Frodo, and it just happens to make them invisible. I know, like, the ring kind of promised Sam something, at least in his mind or something, that he could be Samwise the Strong or something like that. And I don't know what that would mean. He's also a hobbit. Wouldn't he also turn invisible? Or is it like, oh, you come from the Bilbo bloodline, thus you become invisible? You're from the Samwise Gamgee bloodline, you get strong. You're from the Isildur, you're really good at getting shot in the back from an archer. Wait, what? Okay, quick step. Oh, because it was halfway done. Oh, yes. Tell me this isn't beautiful. Yeah, I am petty enough to leaf blower a few leaves in. Alright, the front yard's... No, it's not the front yard, it's the shed. Where is it? Ah, of course. Okay, you in the bag right now. Unlocked grill, or do you prefer medium rare? We've talked about this. We've talked about this. Okay, so the grill, I get $15. The pool, I get leaf value. Well, that's kind of interesting. If I wanted to maximize value, I would definitely want to do the pool first then, huh? Is there... There is. Yeah, we'll do it. Oh, that was so sweet. Okay. So let's go ahead and just blow everything into the pool. Efficiency. Yeah, I want to say I know how to cook a medium rare or even rare steak. I don't do so very often though. I do mostly well done. There's tricks to it. Yes, you can burn steak and it'd be like really dry and not very tasty, but if you do it right, then like it tastes like 80% of the steak is that nice cooked layer. I forgot what that's called. And I was just watching a video on it recently. This guy like actually used liquid nitrogen to freeze a steak so that way he could get the burnt, well not burnt, but you know, it's like crispy, tasty outer layer steak, but the inside is still red because the liquid nitrogen made it so cold that it stayed cold. Something. Yeah, I feel like the rake is probably MVP for doing something like this. And I am the MVP for... Ah, dang. I was going to do a little exercise and go up and off the pool a bunch. So what plans did you have for November, Cap? Well, I still have them. I don't let a little thing like scheduling get in the way of my awesome ideas. Especially when like the word fits, when the plan words is that good. And I will tell you with one word what it was. Or what it is. It still will be. We'll be doing it into March, but it was called Noirvember. Now what makes that kind of difficult for me to pull off is, yes, I have noir stuff for Eddie to wear, but Captain can't wear because you can't get, well, there is actually a noir, trench coat, pork pie hat thing in FF14, but you can't get it to it until you're well into Endwalker, yeah. And why does that matter? Well, more secrets. I finished Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, I want to say like 6 or 8 months ago. Yeah. And it honestly, it was like probably the best expansion I've played in FF14 yet. And I actually felt like, right after doing that, and this is the crazy part, I watched a YouTuber who usually does Mega Man things, but for once he was doing something about Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's content, that's so recycled. Well, for once, it was and it wasn't. Crazy enough. It was about kind of revisiting it as if the game was new. Because that's the thing, when a sequel comes out, it completely changes the context of the original game. If you let it. And so he was talking about stuff like when the game first came out, what people thought, like what was this, what was that, how could this be, what was the real meaning behind that. And that just kind of made me think, you can kind of preserve some of that in your mind, but for the most part, once you have gone past that point, or once you've played a sequel, or once somebody's been out long enough, or once enough explanations have been given by the developer, and believe me, Mr. Cawthon does not give a lot of explanations, actually. I mean, he does, but not really. It's a joke. Be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to me. But, oh yeah, this is real good leaves per second. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was like, I will never be at this understanding of Shadowbringers or FF14 ever again. Once I finish Endwalker, which apparently is a very good expansion in its own right. Apparently it's like probably the best one that caps everything off, but it definitely felt like Shadowbringers was deflation. Kind of puts the whole game into perspective. I don't know, like, it's that whole wheels within wheels thing, but this is arcs within arcs, and this arc started a million years ago in the game, and it's finally starting to resolve, and it's kind of crazy that it is. And I just wanted to do something about that. I wanted to do an actual video essay, and I don't want to, well, I haven't felt like doing it yet, which is bad. You shouldn't wait until you feel like doing something to do something. Captain Thief gives himself advice. So I can't go on to Endwalker and just, play with my eyes closed and say, okay, just give me the noir outfit for this one little joke I'm doing on YouTube. No, I'd have to, experience everything. And if I'm going to experience everything, well, I want the Shadowbringers video to be done. And, yeah, so, Noirvember. It's not a real problem. I'll just, yeah, I'm totally wearing noir outfit here, guys. Make it detective-based. That's what noir is about, right? Detective, it's not always gangster stuff, I hope. I don't know. Satisfying. Very satisfying. $136. What's left? Isn't there any more? Comment if you know what that's from.
Isn't there any more?
Oh, hey. Well, we won't have to comment, Cappy, if you just keep editing that in. Well, shush. Man, I'm turning this whole thing into a very big editing thing. Okay, I just realized I made a mistake. I should have blown everything from here into there. How much is this? $10? Okay, whatever. No, door, whatever. Do. Do. What's the autumn lemonade? Oh, I have it right here, actually. It's apple cider. I even put it in a mug with a red panda on it. The red panda looks nonplussed. Why? I don't know, I just felt like it. I felt like ordering a mug off of Amazon and being like, yep, now I have all sorts of mugs. This might annoy me. You know what? Yes, Jaeger Kid, I will do this. I will get drunk and stay on a table. I mean, I will blow everything into the corner. That is the correct answer. That's always been the correct answer. Corners. Pop corners. Now only $1.70 and then 5 different wonderful flavors. Hang on. Clearly, we just need more power. And more width. What's that do for me? Idea for a prank. Let the player upgrade something, but actually have it not do anything. Make it a complete placebo. Idea for a prank. Convince people to train for 16 years to get in basic education and skills into a job, and then replace them with AI. It's unfortunate, but usually, pranks like that end with another prank called the guillotine prank. Yeah. Can I rake nothing? What is even making that sound? Okay, you can go back in the pool now. It's safe. You know what I'm saying, Bloody Kenshiro? Just blow it all in. Maybe we take care of the riffraff one leaf at a time at the end. Why'd I even get the hand upgrades if I'm just going to give up on them so quick, huh? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Why aren't I playing desktop dungeons? That's the real question. It's Black Friday. It's a very loose idea of a holiday, but the fact that everyone celebrates it kind of means, yeah, it's kind of a holiday. I mean, it's kind of like words. If I said, okay, everyone from now on, whenever you're about to walk into somebody going the opposite way in a hallway, and then you walk a little bit to the right, but they also walk a little bit in that direction, so you end up crashing into each other, that's called a schluppel. And from now on, everyone just call it that. Do we have to wait for Webster's dictionary in order for it to be a real word? Or the fact that everyone understands what a schluppel is, or a schluppel situation? Yeah, it's kind of like that. Okay, this is a weird part of my life where I'm trying to think, why did I bring that up? Why did I bring that up? I was just talking to Bloody Kenshiro about blowing leaves into here, and then picking up leaves, and then... Oh man, okay, I feel kind of dumb, which is normal. So yeah, I guess the go-to answer, blow what you can, rake what doesn't fit, and then grab what you can't. Yes. I'm looking forward to Final Fantasy Renaissance, though. I'm not sure how to go about it. I really want that to be consistent, though. Not waiting a month between it. Oh, it was about desktop dungeons. I was talking about desktop dungeons. And then what? Black Friday is a holiday. Okay. Yeah, so if everyone agrees that Black Friday is a holiday, even if it's not officially a holiday in some book somewhere, it's still kind of a holiday, right? It's that day when everyone jacks up their prices 33%, but then says it's on sale for 25% off. Cappy, that's a difference of 8%. No, it isn't. Because the power of geometric math, it means that it's actually the same price as it always is. Could you put that into a weird little thing and explain it to us that way? Yes. How much money do you have? If you start with $100, someone takes 50% of it, and then you get another 50% back. Okay, so you start at 100, and 50% goes away, so now you have $50. And then you get 50% back. So 50% of $50 is $25, so now you have $75 when you start with 100. How come plus 50% minus 50%? It doesn't matter the order either. You'll have 70%, 75% back regardless. Exactly. Whenever I say, does that make sense? It's really more I'm checking to see if that makes sense, not is this smart, are you smart enough to be picking up what I'm saying? It's really more am I smart enough to be throwing it correctly, not are you catching correctly? What am I doing? I'm just getting $15 from doing this, right? I suppose. Yeah, I need to finish desktop dungeons. Then I can move on to the regular desktop dungeons. The one that's fan-made Extreme Edition by the Avatar and several other devs that I can't remember. It's like Zarya? Zeva? Zaya? I'm sorry, I can't remember. I just know that there's a Z. Also, Kitten Aqua. I like to say Aqua Kitty because I've seen that so many times because Aqua Kitty Adventures on Steam. This is a mess. This is a mess. I also have to finish off Resident Evil 4. Okay, maybe we'll just do this. I'm sorry, it's probably not as satisfying, but these tables... Gonna be real with you for a sec. It'd probably make more sense to move them and then rake and then put them back. They can't be that heavy, right? They're just made of wood. Okay. Oh, this is quite annoying, actually. Now, you see, the reason why this is appealing in real life work is not is because my back would be hurting right now. And my back is not hurting right now. Crazy. So, I guess the best I can do is that. Yeah, I think that's about right. This game, when played by a novice such as myself, is going to be full of times where you blow leaves into clean places where you could have blown them earlier to have been more efficient. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay. Rah. What you doing, Mr. Volcano? Hello, Tyrannosaurus Captain. We haven't done this bit since Wii Sports Resort. Switch Sports, yeah. Nintendo Sports. That was an odd time. I watch some things like that and I think, that guy has a sister. Okay, trauma dump, I'll stop. It is kind of a chapter-rising event in your life, though, when you lose somebody. It's like, everything you think about, it's like, oh, this was before such and such left forever. Aha! A leaf. There we go. Alright, get in the vent. I don't know if it's leaf heaven, I don't know if it's leaf hell, but it's certainly not leaf purgatory. We've already explored that, so take your chance. There we go. We're missing one. I could really use leaf radar, please. It might not be one, it might be like 5, but you know, it's some small number of leaves. Bourgeois, not every currency grows on trees, but this one might. Alright. Maze. Okay, well, maybe I will do the smart. Whoa, it's spooky. Greenhouse. I can unlock the secret room. I can unlock this from this side. Okay, this is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Repair that for $25. Unlock this. It only opens out. That's smart. Greenhouse, secret room, greenhouse, secret room. Oh, gee. Well, if you're like me, and I like to think that my audience is kind of like me, it would drive you nuts if I quit here, so I'm not going to quit here. I want to say what kind of makes something slop or not. is how many assets are, just reused. This one I think is mostly made in-house. I can't say that for sure, but I don't recognize we're in the Unity house, for instance. I don't even know if this is Unity, so I'm going to say that this is not slop. I am going to say, though, that it's kind of an interesting way to get $6 out of me for doing a chore. Usually it's the other way around. I do a chore and I make money. But you know what? Okay. I think this is probably the key to getting good at drawing for me, is I need to find a way to make it fun. Okay. Those leaves just move around on their own for whatever reason. Is I gotta make a way to make it fun. At the moment it's just, okay, here's this task in front of me. I don't mess up, don't make it ugly. It's gonna look ugly forever and you're gonna have to look at it. You might get a funny story out of it where you can show people, oh yeah, I'm pretty good now, but I used to be this bad. But at the same time, you don't want to be bad, because then it makes you look better if even your first sketches are accompanied by the tune of Flower Duet. What does that even sound like, Cappy? Fine. Fine, we'll do that. We'll do that, okay? Alright? I'm totally ripping this idea off of the
I
third
even
shift.
started to notice some of the hair growing back at the end of the first bottle.
This has literally changed my life.
This song. There we go. Oh yes. This very first sketch I did of some anime girl looking off in the distance. Isn't it just so grand? Isn't it just so wonderful? Applaud me. Award me. Say everything I've done is okay. It really, really matters. Okay, I'll stop. So, third shift. That's a game that was started work on in 2018, and I haven't heard from it since. But it's a pretty interesting idea. And it's a scary game, of course, but it's with Game Boy graphics. It's kind of I don't know, it kind of starts off as kind of a weird zombie horror, but there's only one zombie and you don't really have any way of fighting it. You can run. And the interesting thing with the zombie is that it's like a reanimated body from those body exhibit things. Where they actually take someone's corpse and use plastic to make an exhibit out of them. And it's oh, this is the organ, this is blah blah blah. It's okay, this is very unnerving. There's only a matter of time before someone made a horror game out of it. I think if someone made a horror film out of it, it'd be even better, but I think it'd be even easier to sue. I feel like we're in a weird legal limbo thing right now where a lot of things are possible in games, but only because they're so niche and, they don't get sued as often. Where am I belonging these to? Hang on, let me think about that. Is there a thing to do? Yeah, that's right there. Okay. Fix it. But yeah, if the video game industry were as legally watertight as film, music, TV, and stuff, we wouldn't have funny little references like Mega Bonk even, I think. Mega Chad's obviously a reference to Giga Chad, and whatever Giga Chad's from would sue or something. Be oh, now we can't have anything fun. Not until it's Marvel movie time, and then everyone gets together and makes some sort of a film about, I don't know. really, if you're getting anything out of this whole Let's Play I'm doing right now, other than the fact that Captain Thief doesn't know what he's talking about, I'd be amazed. I want to skip that stage, okay? I want to skip that stage of here's how bad everything looked before I got actually good. I don't know why I want to skip that stage, because like once you get to the good stage, what do you do then? Aside from, I guess, draw whatever you're going to draw, but kind of like this game, what keeps me attached to it is the fact that I can keep improving the tools. Speaking of, let's see what air spread did. That's pretty good. Gotta be honest. Okay, let's try and get the maze all the way into the other one. So we'll just do this. We'll blow into corners, then we'll rake the corner, just like Jaeger suggested. I'm not doing this live, by the way. This is a pre-record. Everything I do is pre-record except for that one run of Darkest Dungeon I did that one time. And that was just to prove that I wasn't save scumming, even though, who cares? Okay. Yes, actually. It does go a little bit off the rails later, like it's not just a buyer's exhibit, it's also a giant aquarium, so there's like a giant shark you need to avoid or something. And yeah, I don't know. I just feel like if the third shift really took off due to some PewDiePie streamer super attention grab, kind of like what made Among Us famous. Oh yeah, Among Us didn't start out famous, guys. It was out for like a year or two before someone streamed it, and then, oh wow, this is the best game ever. Wow. I don't know, I think that part kind of just drives me nuts. I'll be right back. I'm back. Oh wait, from your perspective it was instant. Oh well. You know what I said about leaves having like physics defying properties where they like stack into a very flat stack despite how much matter is there? Well, you know, I think maybe there is some sort of a stacking thing to this. Okay, there we go. I can blow all this over there. And so we shall. I'm going to turn this off, just, it does not matter. It kind of matters, but it also doesn't. That's like 80% of my philosophical musings is it's this way, but it really isn't. Okay, go. Yes. I mean, really what's unrealistic is that you can get like a penny per leaf or whatever this is. I certainly wouldn't be paid $200+ to rake leaves for anybody. Just saying. I want to say it's kind of like Katamari Damacy, actually. You're just kind of cleaning stuff up, but the more you clean up, the faster it cleans up and the higher scale it gets. Katamari was definitely the first Mega Bonk. Probably not, but still. That's just a funny thing to think about. Also, you know, this is very, very shallow of me to say or admit or to whatever, but I was a little intimidated by the fact that for a while there, Mega Bonk was, from everyone's knowledge, the developer's first game, and it actually wasn't. They just went under a different name for that release for whatever reason. And so, you know, now I know that if I make a game, my first game doesn't have to be as good as Mega Bonk, but really, let's discuss that. Like, he literally went in and said, no, don't put me in the game awards for best premiere game because it's not my premiere game. I've made games before. And it's like, why does that award exist? Why are we judging things based on people's very first thing? That's kind of silly. I don't know. Just a thought. And it goes so many different ways, too, because, like, if you are working on a game but you have a 20-year game vet who's made really, really good games before, and he's looking over your shoulder every step of the way, and it's like, do this, do that, and you make the most wonderful game, but, you know, technically all of it was done by you, decisions made by you, but refined by the friends. Is that a first game? Or, you know, does it not count? And I know, like, this is going to go into that whole indie game development argument, like, oh, if you use someone else's game engine to make your game, are you really independent? And it's like, well, yeah, I think you are. But are you really? And it's like, okay, it's starting to the point where who cares? And it's already been to the point of who cares when it comes to best premiere game. Who cares? And then we get into, I want to say, the chemical argument. Is it best premiere game from a solo developer, or is this like, okay, there's game devs A, B, C, D, and E, okay, so game devs A, B, and C release a game, okay, and now next year, game devs A, B, and E release a game. Most of the same people, but only one of them, it's a new game, or it's their first game, but it's like the first time this particular group released a game. And then later, game devs A, B, C, and E release a game. It's like, okay, well now all of them have released a game before, but not in this particular chemical concoction. I don't know. I guess I just wanted to call it kind of dumb, because in my mind it is. There we go. Fully upgraded, unlimited ammo, grenade launcher. Now we can beat Sadler. I got the secret room. I wonder what the secret room is or where it is. Magic leaf blower. Blows through walls or matter to get to leaves somehow. I mean, to be fair, we are in somebody's mind. I think our own. Okay, I really should save up a leaf bag to try to throw 15 meters. Get the check off. Something's been happening here. Unlocked secret room. All purchase upgrades give higher bonuses. Upgrade strength plus 10%. Okay. I don't know what that means. I don't like this. I was just talking about spooky games. Where are we going? This kind of reminds me of the end of Dig a Hole. Actually. It's dusty. Is this where all the leaves go? Is this leaf hell? Am I going to leaf hell as the gardener? Such the shepherd goes, so goes his flock. What? Human leaf hybrids. Part rake, part man. This is awful. Oh. They were squirrels. I didn't know that was in there, okay? Thrashketball. Senior investor, buy all tool upgrades. Dunk like you're drunk. Hit the basket with a basketball, a beach ball, and a leaf bag. Oh, okay. Work smart, not hard. Earn an immense number of sheck leaves. Craftsman, complete the game without repairing any leaf inlets. What makes... That doesn't make you a craftsman. Need for sweep. Complete the game in under 40 minutes. Perfectionist, complete all objectives in the game. Well, that's me. Oh. It just puts me here, but I'd have to restart to get some of those things. So did I get all the leaves then? Oh, it's from doing the maze that the wet upgrade strength got stronger. Okay. Okay. So clearly squirrels are behind it all. Upgrades. Can I afford them? Yes. Done. Okay. And I have $65 to show for it in the end. Also, I don't really seem to have a shadow or a reflection. How interesting. Was there anything else I wanted out of this? No, I think that's it. Let's see. Collection. Bonk. Okay, so in each one there's like a hidden photo somewhere. So, shed, porch. Grill should have one. Right? I guess the pool would have one too? Can I get in here? No. Well, let's dunk like we're drunk. Wait, it just said hit the basket, right? Well, I can't do it with the leaf bag because the leaves are extinct now. And it just said hit the basket. Like that. Did that count? Buy upgrades, okay. And hit the basket with everything you can. Okay, so maybe I have to actually get it to go in there. Which is actually ironically easier, he says, failing over and over again, because it doesn't go as far. There we go. Okay, so now I need a leaf bag, but I don't have a leaf bag. Let's get the rest of our money. Huh. Interesting. Squirrels. Okay, well, I guess that's it then. I'll try to get the rest of them on my own time or something, I guess. Door's talking to me. Yep. Okay, well, that was fun. It was kind of relaxing. It was kind of chill. It was kind of Asimo Vision. Yes. That was cool. Alright. Hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I got it finished because for the longest time this not being done in the back of my mind was driving me nuts, and now it's not. So, go me. Go us. Go a cup of tea. Go a cup of cuss. Hang on. I got such. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.